Okay. Wow, hello. So I am going to be continuing with my story for anyone who needs to hear it and anyone that resonates with it, and just to help other people realize that we all have a story, no matter how different they are valid. So I think that each one of us do have a story that we should truly share, because it's a part of becoming, it's a part of becoming one. It's a part of truly seeing who we are. So I ended my last video about university and how hard I worked and the whole affair. So I've got earphones in, but I also forgot to mention another boyfriend that I had, and it was also probably my first true love, and it was a great love. Truly, it was so sweet and romantic and, just innocent, but also just, wow, so dramatic and hurtful. And hurtful in the sense that I was cheated on. And at this stage of my life, I'm so weight conscious because I was dancing. So I'm very careful about what I was eating to make sure that I stayed looking a specific way. So I'm already weight conscious, and I do have this thing about what I look like. So, when you're cheated on at that age, you haven't grown and you haven't learned enough to realize that it's not you, it's them. But at the time and place that I was at in my life, I thought it was me, that I did something. So it hurt. And these are things that you don't really, or I didn't truly have anyone to talk to about it, to really sit and chat about my feelings that had come up regarding what had happened. And I think that it was a great love. We were truly so sweet, but also just, wondering why he had to do that and what he had been through. So in essence, both of us were just going through so much. But then, it's just something that's coming up lately in life. You feel this like hurt towards them, and then you block them, and it can get so ugly when in actual fact it's just so unnecessary. You're already hurting, and then to do that as well just creates more hurt. So I just wanted to mention that. And then I met also my ex-husband at university, and wow, I said to my mom, I was like, oh my gosh, I think I've actually just met my future husband, because I really did feel those tingles and, the butterflies. And, it was also just such a beautiful part of my life, but again, such a learning experience as well. And I had a thought, and I wanted to go back slightly and then come back to this continuation. It might come back to me, but in essence, it was magical, and it was truly, sorry, I had cappuccino. So obviously it's just unsettled, so pardon me. But it again was just so many things that you have to learn from. But the reason why I'm explaining my story and telling people who are going to hear it, it's because I am hoping to allow you to see just how much you have endured and just how far you have come in your own personal capacity. And if you haven't shared your story yet, and I mean, I know people personally they have shared their stories. They've written books, they've become motivational speakers, they've done these things because their stories are so inspirational. And I really think that every single one of our stories is inspirational. We're here to share that. We're here to share the love and the support. And that's I think what's going to help us and aid us into living a more peaceful life and in a world filled with love. So anyways, you know, I'm now at a stage where I'm dancing, and man, I'm really, really just excelling. And, you know, now at university, I'd trained so hard that, so remember in first year, if you haven't watched the video, I think you should go back a little, but if you are following along, in first year, they used to come and watch and laugh while I did African dance. Now, another lecturer told me that I would never be anything but a ballet dancer. Now, to be told something that I'm unable to be, and you are an external, you don't get to say that about my life. So when I've been challenged by people like that say you will never be anything but a ballet dancer, and the people that come laugh in front of my face, that is when a part of me comes out, and I don't do it for them. I do it to give me more power. And I think it's been like that my whole life. I've had to be picked on and bullied and cornered, and I rise above every single time. And every time I rise above even higher and stronger and wiser. So essentially, I get told that I won't be anything but a ballet dancer. So I became the best dancer in my year. And I was an all-round dancer. I was the lead in, it's called the Grahamstown Arts Festival. And I was the lead in one of the pieces. So we had like a quick change. I'm just going to, this is just to give you an idea. I think I also spoke about the broken toe. So to give you an idea of the willpower and the strength, the determination, the confidence, the consistency, the discipline that went on in here. And I basically was doing a dress rehearsal. Now we're in Grahamstown because we're performing tonight. So we're doing a dress rehearsal, it's lighting, sound, etc., placing. And basically, I have 7 seconds to change into my next costume. And I went backstage. I knew where my costumes were, but it was pitch black. And all I'm thinking is, oh my God, I don't have time for this. So I bent down, trying to just feel for my costume. And as I bent down, I hit my head really, really hard. And I didn't think anything of it. And I was just like, oh my, that was sore. You guys know the words I used. And I just felt like wet running all down my face. And I was like, oh my God, jeepers, I'm sweating profusely, obviously dancing really, really hard. And basically I'm in my costume and I run back onto the stage and everyone just stops and they're looking at me and I'm like, what is happening? And apparently I'd hit my head so hard that there was blood all over my face and all over my dress. And it was a light gray dress, if I remember correctly. So anyways, I'm now bleeding profusely out of my head. So one of the lecturers takes me to obviously now see what is going on. And they told me, they were like, oh, it's fine. You're going to be great. You've got this, all good. To have a plaster put on my face. And it was by my eyebrow. I'm not sure which eye, but it was by my eyebrow, cut like this. Because I hit the corner of a box and it went straight in. So, that could have been my eye. So anyways, I get this plaster put on and wash my costume because there's, in essence, no one really to take my part as the lead. And, we are performing tonight. So go on stage, do this dance, literally feel like blood is gushing out of my head. And one of the routines was this contemporary piece. And it was so intense that we were head back, like our hair was flick. It was such an intense number. I'll even try to find it on video and post it so that you guys can see. But basically, feel like it's pouring out of my head. So after the performance, danced flat out, full out, like nothing had happened. And went to the hospital and I think I got 4 stitches and it was quite hectic. But again, it's just crazy. So anyways, to go back to being told that I would never amount to anything but being a ballet dancer, I truly proved more to myself than anything else. And I got told, so I've got my degree in dance, and basically that means I can teach dance as a subject in schools. And I got told in my final teaching examination. So it's very stressful. You have to come up with a class and you have to teach children. You don't know who they are. It's like your final exam. And it's just like stressful to basically be told, I think it's on my report, that I would never be a good teacher. And I was like, wow, subconsciously that broke me. It words and actions can really, really hurt without you even realizing. Just the fact also that I had to do things wrong to see if I was being noticed in class. And I know of children. I've taught kids so many different kids and for so many years. And they've also been bullied and teased and hurtful things from teachers, from friends, from, siblings. So I think we just need to be a little bit more conscious and mindful about how we are with one another and be more understanding of each other's individual journeys. But anyways, I basically, I'm going to jump ahead a little to go back to this, you will never be a good teacher, to bumping into that person years later at a dance competition that I was a teacher at, winning the Best Choreography Award, and those kids walking away with insane results, just insane. For her to see me backstage and be in shock when she saw me and she was like, "Oh, Janae." And I was like, "Oh, hello." And then she asked me questions, and I just thought to myself, since then I've actually accomplished so much. I'm an AIDT teacher as well as a Jeketi teacher, plus having my degree. I'm a Pilates instructor. I've continuously tried to build myself, and I dance professionally while simultaneously teaching. It's anyways, I'm like jumping way forward, but basically, the getting put down, and not, I don't know if they thought that I had this potential, so they were trying to push me to get me to reach the greatest that I could possibly be. But maybe unconsciously they didn't realize the repercussions it would have on me personally. So I guess varsity, again, I pushed and I excelled, and it was despite what people thought. And I also just really felt left out. It may not have looked that way, especially if anyone that I went to university with is seeing this, but I really did feel alone, because you can't share your true self with anyone. I mean, there were moments and aspects. I mean, some people knew things about me, but not really like deep things. And I think I was always portraying such a happy, bubbly personality and this class clown. And sometimes I think that those class clowns, and I'm not labeling this, please don't take it that way, but I think those class clowns are the people that are trying to make others so happy because they are unhappy. So I think those class clowns are the people that you should actually check in on to see how they are doing. And I think that's just something that I've realized and learned, and it's looking at those celebrities that were comedians and good, funny, light-hearted people, but they were carrying such a burden and such a weight on them that they had to take their lives. So I think that is basically how it felt. I felt alone, I felt isolated, I felt like I needed to be the best, and I felt like I was always just pushing myself to be better all the time, and it was exhausting. But if I leave anything out, I might just go back, and if it's relevant, but anyways, moving out of university, I started teaching while dancing professionally. And man, that was also wow, what a roller coaster. Because when you are dancing professionally, you audition to get jobs, and you are not everybody's cup of tea. Let's just face it, not everyone is going to enjoy you, and that goes for so many people. But it was heartbreaking, absolutely heart-wrenching, when you have poured yourself out to people that you have never met or seen before, and you are basically speaking to them. Your soul is speaking through your body to them. I mean, how raw can that be? And they push you away. In essence, you don't get it. You don't even make the cut. You don't make the next round. And it's heartbreaking. And to keep doing that, because this is your job, so you have to go to many auditions because you need work. And it's this constant in your face. Like, I used 2 words there, fudge you. And then you think, like, jeepers, am I really like that crappy? Do I suck? Like, oh man, the self-esteem, your self-confidence, everything's just... So to keep getting up and keep going back, wow. And also, I think I was the fittest I've ever been in my entire life after university. And man, I pushed myself. I pushed my body. But when I got jobs, oh, what a feeling. It was such a high, because you're like, yeah, I've made it. And I mean, I've danced for the most incredible choreographers in our country, in South Africa. I've been able to go to different countries to perform. I have been able to meet the most amazing people from not only South Africa, but all over the world. And I think I guess I'm feeling, and I'm starting to believe in why I'm telling my story, is because I do wholeheartedly believe that I have touched so many lives, and I feel like each one of us have touched so many lives. And isn't that beautiful? Isn't that just... It makes you so unique without you even realizing it. You have played a huge part in somebody's life. And I think that's why I'm doing this, because I want to be so real, for other people to be so real, and for us to really see who you are and like what you actually went through. I mean, yes, there are biographies about certain people that have faced... I mean, this one movie has gotten me through. Will Smith, legend. A Pursuit to Happiness has been just... Every time I've been in my darkest places, that scene of him in the bathroom sobbing was... And also, I just want to say something that I heard today, and it's from the Bible. Psalms 1 verse 26, I think. But I'm not a Bible, like I believe I am spiritual, and spirituality is embracing all, just accepting other people's beliefs and having no opinion, just being and trusting that there is a higher God, self, universe. But anyways, jeepers, like that went straight to the side. I'm not gonna like try and gather my thoughts to know where I was. Oh man. I've completely lost where I was. I'm trying to remember. Okay, wait, let me pause, and then I don't even know if I can pause. It's gonna stop, so I'm not gonna pause. I might have to come back, and it might have to just end here, and I will take off from where I stopped. So maybe that is all I'm supposed to share. So I hope that you are enjoying this story and you grab your popcorn and just listen, because I'm just being, oh, my nose is itchy. Sorry. I'm just being so myself for all of you to gain some form of positivity and love. So on that note, I hope that you all have the most amazing day, and just know how important you are, and just how incredible you are, and just how amazing your story is. And I'm sending you so much love. Okay, bye.